Hey, welcome to another Monday. I'm Rusty. This is the Stunthangar video hangouts from Stunthangar Control Line forums. And you can get the link to come into the video over on the Stunthangar forums. If you're logged in over there, it's in the live stream / at the bench thread. There's a link in that and a post. The first post has today's date in it. Click that link and you can come in live, or you can come to the Stunthangar YouTube homepage and just watch there, where you will have the video chat box. And James Faust, once again, is the first one in. Hey, James, you're the first one here. So welcome. Looks like we got about 5 people out there waiting for us to get started. So let me make sure I've got my background YouTube page stopped so we don't get an echo. There we have it. I can unmute my speakers now, and we are ready to go. We will be here until midnight, and if the conversation gets great, excuse me, if the conversation gets enthralling, we'll be here later than that to maybe even 2 o'clock in the morning. We've been known to do lately, and so I'll wait here for a while, waiting for some video visitors to come in and talk to James. And now Jack Snavely says hello again, people, and Rusty too. Haha. Okay. Yep, always Rusty too. Hopefully we keep it that way. And for you guys over in the um, YouTube chat box, we appreciate y'all's contributions. If you are inclined to drop us a dollar here or there, there's a block dollar sign at the bottom of the chat box called Super Chat. And if you can, then that helps Sparky with his server fees, video equipment, and all of the things that keep this show up and going. And helps my hobby budget a little bit too, believe it or not. So we always appreciate it if you can do that. And if you can't, then we certainly understand that. If you don't want to, that's fine too. So anyway, that's being said, let's talk about aeromodeling. Hey, Jeff Riley just came in. Says, how was the weekend? Well, the weekend was pretty good. I went out to the shop when I shouldn't have, and got kind of fell down and got kind of beat up. But we'll see how that turns out. Nothing I'm going to die from. So anyway, I should know better than to go out there when I'm fatigued. But it was late Saturday afternoon, and yeah, I felt like I had things to do. So otherwise, I had a pretty good weekend, and the weather's nice, and it looks like we're going to be getting some cooler weather this week. But hey, complaining about weather when the temperatures are in the mid to high 60s rather than the upper 70s and low 80s, I guess it's a good thing when you can complain about that. We weathered the winter. We don't have any more 40-degree, 50-degree days, and I know a lot of you guys out there have a whole lot worse than that. So I got nothing on you there. Um, but anyway, I'm looking forward to a good show tonight. And so, again, the links are in the live streams / at the bench thread on Stunthangar. You got to be logged in to Stunthangar. And you might have to be logged into Chrome if you're using Google Chrome as your browser. If you ever have trouble logging in, try that first. I'm not sure. I actually haven't tried coming in incognito to see if it matters whether you click that link or not. But here comes Sparky from Stunthangar. So let me let the man in just a second. And there we go. Good evening, Sparky. How are you tonight?
I'm good. What's up?
Not much. Just getting started here. Hadn't even started talking about airplanes yet. So looks like we can start now. Looks like you got some decals and some checkerboards on your plane there. Looks good. Let me.
Yeah, it took quite a while. Let's see here. I can't remember, how do you swap this, reverse the view. I'm backwards here.
Oh, that's in your camera settings, or it is on mine anyway. I go into my Logitech camera settings, and it gives me an option for a mirror image, and it looks backwards to me, but it looks straight to everybody else.
Huh. Let's see
I
here.
wonder how it got changed if you didn't change it. There's no telling. So,
I don't know.
have you been installing new camera or anything like that?
No. These settings. Now I've seen it before, but I just don't know where to get it.
Well, I start in the system tray where I can find the. Let me look and see where mine are.
In the Google.
Yeah, I think I click the up arrow in the system tray, and I see my little camera icon, and I click that, and that's where the settings for that are. Hey, Charles is here. Let me let Charles in. I'm having trouble clicking anything right now. Hold on, Charles. I'll be with you in a minute. Now we got you. We should almost. Now we got you.
All right.
Hey, Charles, how are you tonight?
Doing well. How are you guys doing?
We're good. Did you get any modeling done this weekend?
There it is.
More flying than I did anything else. I did some flying Friday, and I did some flying today.
Yeah, well, good. So, how long before your first contest of the spring?
There we go.
In 2 weeks. 2 weeks up in Woody and Arrows, Sparky's old stomping grounds.
Yeah, I've seen pictures from Whittier Narrows. That's one of the older sites, I guess.
Yeah, it's I enjoy it. I enjoy that site a lot. I enjoy the people, the fellowship, and even the I don't know what those animals are, if they're squirrels or chipmunks or what they are, but they actually come up to you.
Gophers. It used to be called Gopher Gulch.
Yeah. Well, the gophers is I don't see the gophers, but there are these squirrels I think that come up to you. They want food from you. Where I fly it, I have gophers, and they don't get anywhere near me. I mean,
No, they don't resemble squirrels either. But yeah, if the squirrels are being fed by people peanuts and such, they'll come like sharks, expecting sharks and bears expecting people to be either be food or have food.
yeah. So maybe I'll start taking peanuts out to me in the flying field. Maybe I can get these squirrels more friendly, or maybe I don't want that.
No, I don't think you want that. You'll have more on your hands than you need. They might be running across your lines and getting hung up.
Oh yeah, then I don't want them then.
Could be gnawing on your lead outs. My son brought a guinea pig home from school. Like when he was in fourth grade, and he volunteered to take care of the class guinea pig. And I'm sitting in my chair, and I look down. I had a brand new pair of shoes on. That damn pig had eaten my shoelaces in half.
That's funny. Hang on 1 second.
It's time to take pizza out. Sounded like time to take
on my airplane, and the checkerboards represent 16 hours of work, 2 days to get them on there. So next weekend, I should get the canopy on and the nose stripes, maybe, and maybe a coat of clear, and then I don't know. It's going pretty slow because I got to work over John's house, but his airplane's coming out real nice.
What type plane is he building? Is he building the same thing, or has he got something different?
Exact model. His canopy's in a different spot, but it's the exact same thing. We cut the wing jigs over his house.
Yeah.
And I got him the Stunthangar hobby wood, and because it's going to be light. It'll be maybe even lighter than mine. I don't know. He's a good builder.
that checkerboard you've got there is similar to the checkerboard I'm gonna put on my little half A Hyper Viper, except they're not gonna be diamond shaped, but it's a similar pattern. So I might. Did you get that on camera when you put those on?
Those are not diamond shaped either.
Oh, they just look like it on camera, I guess.
They look like that. Well, I guess they'd be considered diamond shaped. They go in the theme with the paint coming off the airplane. You know.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. Let me click on that. That looks nice. That's beautiful. I like that a lot. That's got some style.
I got checkerboards to do on the elevator stabilizer yet, and it just takes time. And those padded oil and shell decals are not decals; they're painted on.
Oh, very good. Now the checkerboard, Spark, is that a stencil, or did you just how'd you do it?
Yeah, we took a cricket and we scanned it on the cricket and then cut it out with a knife. No, that's water. No, all this is from my sign plotter. You can't, I mean, in the old days, we used to tape all that shit out, and it looked pretty good, you know, but you can't hardly beat the plotter.
Yeah.
You know, because they're exactly the same. They're mirror images. I just, you know, flipped it in the computer. That's why they look, you know, exact opposite of each other, the same.
Yeah, asymmetrical. Yeah, it's hard to do that when you're just taking it off and masking it to spray it. So
impossible. Even these orange scallops. How I did that was with they're not exactly perfect, they're close, but how I did that is with a pattern like this, lay it down and then, you know, pencil marks and then tape it. They're not exactly perfect. Close enough.
Looks good, Sparky.
Gets a blue canopy with the black highlights and then a red stripe back here behind the canopy. Gets a silver de-icing boot on the front of the leading edge. And the bottom's exactly the same as the top here. I might do a red stripe here going back, I'm not sure. I wanted to get some gray in it. It's got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's got 5 colors on it now. It'll probably have 8, maybe 9 when it's done.
Wow. Beautiful.
Well, this airplane weighs 59 ounces right now. It has all the flight trim on it. It's ready to fly at 59 ounces, but it's less the other trim and the clear. You can't build a perfect finished fuselage. At least I haven't been able to figure it out. There's some spots in this where, you know, it really could have used the DC 540 treatment on it, you know, for a super 20-point finish, but it'll be an 18 or a 19.
Wow.
how far apart do you space your hinges? Have you got the same spacing on the rear end as you do on the flaps?
No, there's only 2 hinges on the elevators and 3 hinges on the flaps.
Mm-hmm.
They're that far apart on the flaps, and then one on the horn, and then they're kind of in the middle on the elevators.
Yeah.
These are my hinges, not.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, I can see the pocket cut out. It fits together beautifully.
Well, it's not glued on. It's kind of out of the pocket right now. But that helps hinge line, I think.
Yeah.
perfectly fine. I mean,
Yes, Sparky, thanks for the offer to talk to me about the Junar. I just have other planes I'm going to do first. I don't want to waste your time for you to explain how to do it. So that's why I didn't respond.
that's all right. Yeah, there are no plans to this. This is Lunar in name only.
Let's see, John Skukalak says, what's it covered with, Sparky? Paint? And I think I can answer, Sparky, you use Randolph dope, don't you?
Randolph dope, correct. Japanese tissue, carbon veil, Randolph dope. And like I said, it's 59 ounces right now. It'll be 62, maybe 3. As long as it's under 64, we're okay. I'd like it to be under 60, but I ain't figured out how to do it yet.
I'm looking forward to seeing that. I'll be there to see it fly in, what, about 3 or 4 weeks now?
Yeah. I might maiden it. Seems like I've been maiden flighting airplanes at contests.
Yeah, on an official flight.
Yeah.
So do you feel the Japanese tissue is more fragile? Are you going to be more careful than with the other airplanes?
Once you get the paper on these airplanes, whether it's Japanese tissue, triple aught, medium, silk spandrel, it's the paper is not the thing that holds it together. It's the cellulose dope, cellulite dope, or whatever you call it. It's the dope is what gives it the skin tension. You can't poke a screwdriver in it, but we just have to be careful.
Okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't be complete for me if I didn't have at least one screwdriver hole and a couple of drops of blood somewhere on it.
Now this got blood in it, but
I usually autograph the inside of it somewhere, usually in the wing, hoping I'll never see it again once I cover it, but seems like I always get to see it sooner than I intended.
I might be making a new set of elevators for this to see if I can lighten them up. They weigh 9/10 of an ounce each one.
Wow.
That's after finishing, but I'd like to have them at half an ounce a piece, but it can't get the wood.
Well, if it balances straight off the table, see how it flies before you make decisions like that would be my recommendation.
No, that would be an incorrect recommendation. The reason it's together now is I'm checking balance as I go. I'm checking weight and balance as I go. So if it comes out tail heavy now, before I glue those on there, I'll make a new set to try to line
up. Okay.
Because that's
noted. Well, hey, Professor, what's going on, buddy?
Okay, that's why I John always says, man, you like to keep your airplanes together. I like to have them apart. So I said, well, I like to have them together so I can watch everything really close, because it can get away at this stage of the game. It can get away from you so fast. We call them the mystery pounds. They'll add on. You'll be at 59, and if you don't keep an eye on it, you'll be at 74.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have 1 pint of crystal clear dope that I'll mix up into a quart. That'll be 1 quart, and I'll spray it 60-40 on this. Spray 1 coat on it, let it dry, and then ink it. Then spray another coat on it, and then sand it, and then spray whatever's left out of the can. And hopefully, if it starts getting close to that magic number, the 62 or 3 number, I'll just have to stop painting like I did on the other one. Yeah. The other one's lacking. It could use 2 more coats of clear. but they put you over the top, and you have to use, 18,000 wires.
60/40 is 60% thinner, right?
Correct.
Paper's ready.
Yeah, something's ready. Well, while doing these decals, we found that a heat gun, a monocoat gun, greatly enhances removal of the stencil. For anybody doing this and wondering why their paper, dope, or whatever might be pulling up,
Oh, yeah.
use a heat gun. We figured, we've been building in the winter time. We figured that if it was summertime, it would come off real easy because it's only about 80 degrees where the film comes off real easy. But you just hold the heat gun back, a couple of feet and direct it down there. It comes off pretty easy. The blue fine line tape pulls up paint worse than this yellow tape type stuff. And I was really, this weekend, I was pretty happy. I only got 2 little spots that it pulled up any paint. That if you're having a problem with paint lifting or tissue lifting, whatever, it's an adhesion problem caused by a few reasons. 1, not enough thinner. 2, dirt. So, you gotta. I was just wiping this thing down again with Windex. I'll wipe it down 2 or 3 more times before I take it over there. It's got to be super clean. So
Well, I'm all stocked up on Brodak dope for my next painting project. So.
Brodak dope is Randolph, but it has something added to it.
Yeah, that's what I hear. It's formulated specially for Brodak, whatever it is they wanted different about it.
I hate to say this. I like Brodak, and I like, John, I appreciate it, but if I have any advice, I would go with Randolph because the pigment in the Randolph dope is twice as much. It takes half as much paint to paint an airplane with Randolph as with SIG, or as it does with Brodak. Even though it's the same paint. It's got too much binder in it and not enough pigment.
Well, John Skukulak has another question for you. He wants to know what's been your best flying airplane, and do you expect this one to be the best?
Best flying airplane? Yeah, I don't know. I've had 500 airplanes or more. I don't know.
Hard to keep track of all that.
Yeah, I'd say that, I don't know, the Juno XL flies good. My Continental XL flew good. My Thunderbolts flew real good. I don't know. What was the other question?
Do you think this is going to be better than all of them?
Hard to tell. You just can't.
You can't know. You can't know until you put it in the air.
Because these airplanes are a living thing, one little mistake, one pencil line off in alignment, and they could fly weird, or maybe something's radius wrong. You can build 2 airplanes side by side using the exact same wood, using the exact same paint, and if you move your hands slow in one spot or differently between airplanes, that changes the characteristics of the airplane because the weight's in a different spot and they'll fly different. I can't tell you, But it's a living thing. It's always moving with the weather. So you just got to build them and take it's a crapshoot and take your best shot.
Hope for the best.
That's where the trimming comes in. A good trimming person can get them to fly pretty good, Usually all my airplanes fly right off the bench. I mean, because I do extensive bench trimming where I'm sighting down the trailing edges, and if I have any warps in the wings or whatever, I'll steam them out before I go out to the field. I'll make sure the balance is in approximate area where I want it, and like this one here, if I don't know what it'll do it here. It's got, I knew half an ounce wasn't enough, half an ounce of wingtip weight, so I added another quarter ounce. But if you watch this, I'm holding the wing here. Watch how the wing drops. That's too much wingtip weight. That falls at a pretty rapid. It might be all right if you were running 21,000 wires, but I'll take half of that extra quarter out, and it'll slow that fall down. So I'll have that done. Lead out rake, I don't do it by the hanging method. That's ridiculous. I see that a lot of people hang their airplane and expect to get the lead out rake right. And they also have that lead out rake angle program or whatever. Just calculate the center of gravity and put the lead outs just a little after that, and you're right in there, pretty close to start with. And make sure the flaps, everything is zeroed. You know, so and then sight down your drive line. Make sure that all the planes are in line, and you have to do that while you're building. Not at this point, would be a little late to try to, shim that in. But so bench trim them, and they usually fly right off the bench.
Oh, here comes Mike Warnke. You let the man in. There we go. Okay. Hey, Mike, how you doing tonight?
What's up, fellas?
Let's see if we can see him.
Yeah.
Mike, we're just looking over Sparky's plane, talking about trimming and finishing.
Yep, I've been watching. I just couldn't get on yet. I had to get the kids in bed. It's a school night.
So did you have a good weekend? Do anything?
I did. What did I do?
Well, you told me on Saturday when we talked. I think you've been in the shop with Sam.
I've been in the shop since Friday afternoon. All day Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and all day today.
Wow.
I've done nothing but work on airplanes for 4 days straight.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah. I fixed up some combat planes and rigged up. I'll show them later. I got some stuff for show and tell. Rigged up some slow combat planes for Sam to fly stunt with. And right now, I'm organizing OS parts. You think I got enough of them here?
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty good pile. Lots of, what is it? Is it needle? You got needle valves and stuff in there.
I got needle valves. I got pistons. I got liners. I got venturis. I got nozzles. I got back plates. There's 2 Brian Gardner LA-46 piston and liner sets. And then I got 2 brand new cases and 2 cranks and the drive washers, thrust washers, everything to build 2 Brian Gardner LA-46 stunt motors.
Very nice.
Yeah, so that stuff's been in a bag for, oh man, over a year, I think. But I'm converting some LA-25s that I recently acquired over to control line for speed limit motor. Actually, these 4 I already did, and then I got 6 more here in various stages. But I got enough nozzles and venturis and everything for them, so they'll be converted over for speed limit combat planes.
Very nice.
Yeah, I think 3 of these I picked up on the forum, and then these 3 I got off the forum somebody had, and then 2 of these were eBay motors, and the other ones I already had. But yeah, I just counted. So there's 8, there's 10, I got 16 LA-25s.
Damn.
So,
Well, in combat, you need a lot of airplanes.
Six of them are on airplanes right now, and then the other 10 here are ready. So a couple of them are new. There's several that are brand new that they'll need breaking in, but others are. I picked up one at an RC swap meet, so it may get a new piston and liner in it. I'm not sure.
Looks like a lot of plastic back plates.
It is, and I've only got 2 of the Kurt Ship back plates, but what I do, I just grind this needle off. I just grind the back plate off right here. I cut it off on the bandsaw, and then I'm real careful, and I just put it on the belt sander and get rid of it. And then I get gaskets. I know they say you don't need to put a gasket in these plastic back plates, but I get them from Eric and put them in anyway.
Yeah.
But I run these exclusively on my combat stuff, and I've never had a leaker or had one break. I'll be replacing all the head bolts and all the black back plate bolts with socket head cap screws. I got my RTL fasteners order will be here tomorrow. I think I've got enough to do 2 engines tonight, but then I'm out of the M3s, so I put in an order. But they'll all get rid of the Phillips head, and they'll end up with the socket heads.
Yeah.
On the back plate and the head. So.
I wonder what genius engineer designed those engines with. Well, the McCoys were worse. They had Phillips head screws in them, and the Super Tigers had straight slot screws. What genius thought of that? I mean, they're terrible.
Yeah,
I don't know. Neither one of those is a good screw.
No, I replace everything on every motor, every LA, even my 46s. I swap them out. So, I got to drill them too. I know you guys will probably think that's sacrilege to drill on a motor, but I don't know if you can see in the webbing there.
Oh yeah.
There's a little hole in the webbing.
Oh.
That's for the restraint, because you have to have your motors restrained to the bell crank bolt.
Right.
So you make a loop, put it around the bell crank bolt, and then you run a loop through here and put a crimp in it, because your motor has to be restrained for any combat airplane. So.
Hey, I thought you guys told me that I could loop it around the push rod and loop it around the engine.
Well, you can. You can loop it around the head if you want. It's just cleaner to put it in the webbing. But yeah, as long as it's restrained in some manner, it has a cable going from the motor mount to somewhere on the airframe.
Let me ask you this. In all your years of flying combat, you ever see a motor fly out?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've had them hanging just by the restraint. Absolutely. Yeah, you get a midair hard enough where the motor mounts just break off. Now, it's not going to go tearing ass running across the circle, because it's always the fuel line breaks or the bladder busts or something like that. But yeah, I've had them come off.
I think we were out at Huntersville one day when you had one come loose and the restraint let go too. Is that right? Do you remember?
My half-A plane, and the motor mount just broke.
Uh-huh.
The motor mount broke. Yeah. We don't run restraints on the half-A stuff.
Yeah.
Just anything bigger than that. But drilling a hole through the webbing is the easiest way to do a restraint. It's just cleaner than, I mean, in a hurry, if I've had to swap a motor out, sometimes I will just loop a cable around the head and the muffler and then put a crimp on it. And it's legal, you know. But
hey, Mike, with all your motors, have you found that you have a preference of the silver versus the blue ones or not?
I can't tell a difference running them on a bladder. I'll be honest with you. I really can't. I don't. They run the same to me on a bladder. You know, with a 250 Venturi, if I get one that's tired and, you know, it's starting to get a little bit worn out, I'll put a 46 Venturi in it, a 46 Venturi, which is the 280, whatever it is, and that'll put some life back in it. You get a little more out of the piston and liner before you got to change it out.
Okay.
If you put a 46 Venturi in a 25, a nice fresh one, that thing will fly like 90 miles an hour, man. It'll go like stink with that Venturi in them. So it's a good trick. If you got a worn out 25, just put a bigger. Now this is running on a bladder, not. I don't know if this would work for suction. It probably won't, because increase in the area, and it probably run worse. But on a bladder, it certainly helps. They run like stink, man.
And I have a twin Pathfinder, and I have probably invested about maybe about 4 LA-25s in there, trying to get 2 to run exactly the same. That's the only reason why I don't fly this twin is because I just can't get 2 motors to run the same or close. One's when I get in the air and after by the figure 8, one is bailing on me, and it's just. And when I switch it out, I just have had. I don't know if it's in the cells. If there's one specific in the cell that has a problem or what. But if I had the motors you had, I probably could find 2 that ran alike.
Yeah, if you had 16 of them, you could probably find a pair that would work.
Yes.
Dude, I buy them at RC swap meets, and I get them for sometimes $20, $30, and if they need a liner piston, I got half a dozen piston and liners in here, and connecting rods and piston pins. I stocked up from RC Japan, so I've got all that stuff on hand if I need it. Well, you talk about trying to get 2 to run. There was a guy at Phoenix. They had the Phoenix F2D contest this weekend, and this guy busted out a combat plane with 3 4-15s on it.
Wow.
Oh, crap.
He wasn't flying it in competition. It was just for fun, but you know how fast one engine on an F2D model is. He had 3 of them, and all run bladders, and that thing was just insane, man.
I bet it made a hell of a sound, too.
Yeah. It's a big airplane. He put it on a pretty big wing, but yeah, it was pretty neat to hear 3 F2D engines.
Yeah, it must have sounded really good. 3 of them. Yeah, I like 2 engines. 2 sound nice.
Were you in Phoenix or what?
No, I was just watching the videos this weekend.
Hey, Sparky, Gary Sinclair, our calendar guy out there, says that plane would sure look good on his calendar if you'd send him a picture of it.
When I get it finished.
Gary, did you get my email? It didn't come back to me, so I'm assuming it went through.
He did. I think he told me that he did, and I sent him about 15 pictures too. But I don't want the calendar to be the Rusty show, so hopefully he's got some filler now.
All right, I'm gonna get back to organizing here.
If we ever get a good day, I could take some of these airplanes I got here and put them out in the grass and take a picture of them. But it's either been wind or rain or what. I'm not taking this stuff outside. It's terrible.
Yeah, it'd be really cool to see all of your fleet lined up on a nice, sunny, grassy day.
I only got, let's see, 4 here. 2, 4. I only got 4 of them here. I need to do a movie like Hunt did for The Man in His Museum, where Billy took out all those airplanes. I got a ship file of them at home.
Oh, I did. I got the tank swapped out in the SB-22. I got a 7-ounce tank in it now. So.
Oh, great.
Yeah, just waiting on weather. We couldn't. It rained all weekend here, so there was no flying. But yeah,
You made me laugh. You made me laugh telling me how you got that tank to fit in there.
Yeah, don't tell anybody.
Okay. Okay. It'll work. Speaking.
No, I'll tell you. So there was one corner of the tank, the front outboard corner of the tank, because it was a little bit longer and thicker than the other one, where the 2 little oh Christ, why can't I think? The blind nuts are on the cowl. They're on 2 little plywood tabs, and they have blind nuts on them to put the cowl on, and then you screw the 440s in to hold the cowl down. That little tab was in the way of the corner of the tank.
Yeah.
And I could not move the tank back any further. I couldn't move it up. I couldn't move it in. There's nothing to be done. So I sat and stared at it for a long time, and I'm thinking, okay, I'll just cut those tabs off, put some new ones on, and do some new mounting bolts somewhere.
Hammer.
That's what I did, man. I got the brass hammer out, man, and I mean, But I pondered over this for like 45 minutes, man, because I'm going,
Pressure test.
if I screw this tank up, then I'm really screwed, you know.
Did you pressure test it after you hammered it?
I did.
That's what I asked him too.
Yeah. I did. It took like 3 taps with the brass hammer, and it crinkled in just enough that it cleared. It's fine. And then I pressure tested it, no leaks. So it should be good to go.
When you were telling me about it, the picture in my head was you with a mini sledge cocked over it, but I guess it wasn't quite that radical, huh?
No, it didn't take much. I just put it on the corner of the bench and just 1, 2, 3. And I went, ooh, it moved. And it fit. And I was like, okay, now let's see if it leaks. So I filled up a syringe with rubbing alcohol and then shot it in there and everything off and put the pressure.
Plug it off and put it underwater.
That's what I usually do too with air.
Fill it with a syringe and make sure no air comes out.
Well, I figure filling it full of isopropyl alcohol all the way and then plugging it up and adding pressure, you're going to see it leak.
That's a lot bigger molecule than air.
I think
it won't leak with an alcohol molecule where it could possibly leak with air.
Well, shit, don't tell me that, man.
We're just trying to upset you, but that is true. Alcohol is a huge molecule.
Okay, well, if it won't leak with alcohol, then it won't leak with fuel, right?
Yeah, you don't know. It's vibrating.
Yeah. Well, that's how I've been pressure testing all my tanks like forever, and I've never had one leak on me, so, or never failed to, excuse me, never failed to find a leak that way. Because I just fixed another one here just a minute ago, actually. This old slow combat chicken hopper tank with a line tension shutoff on it. This is kind of tricky. If you can see this. This is one of Columbo's deals. So you got to have a shutoff on slow combats back in the 90s, and this is what they came up with. So he welds this piece of brass, or solders this piece of brass on here, and then you got a spring tension right there, and your fuel line goes through there. And then the way this works, this is crazy now, but you got to bear with me. You take a piece of string and you tie the string to the lead out on the airplane so that when you've got tension on it, it's open like this. So you got to tie the right length of string on there to the lead out. So when the airplane has tension, it's like this. And then if you lose line tension, it shuts and pinches the line off.
Interesting.
So the only deal is when you start the airplane, you got to have your finger on this. And then, you're pulling tight on the launch. And then even on the launch, because these are running on suction, these are Nelsons on suction. On the launch, if it gets a little sloppy, it'll do this and then get tension and open up. So the motor they always burp. They're running wide open and they go bleh, and then they're back on again. But they work. It's a really simple, cheap way to make a line tension shut off. But this tank this was split, wide open. This whole thing was split wide open from a midair, and I don't have very many of these, so I had to try to save this one. So that's my botch job of a solder job. But I got it back together, and it doesn't leak, so all good. I'm getting better at soldering, man. That's kind of something I was never very good at, but I find myself doing a little bit more and more of it, especially trying to save tanks and stuff,
Yeah, I found some good YouTube videos on soldering. I used to be an electronic technician.
That's what I did. I watched some videos.
I have a fair share of soldering experience, but even watching those YouTube videos have improved me. I have a powerful gun. My soldering gun, I think, is a 500.
Wow, that's a hot gun.
It's a hot gun.
I'm using a butane torch, a little pencil torch.
Yeah, I use those to take them apart. They work good to take them apart, but I use a soldering gun to solder them back together.
I bought a butane iron with a assortment of tips, and one of them's a good flat tip, and it didn't do as well as I expected. I ended up going back to my dual heat Weller electric gun, and it does an awesome job.
Yeah.
Okay, we got we mentioned Bob Hunt a little while ago, and it reminded me I've got something here. Um, in our last, y'all might have seen it if you look at your model aviations, but we've got a new columnist for control line stunt, control line aerobatics, and model aviation, and it's
Joe Daly.
Joe Daly. So I think he's uh, uh, 55 Chever on Stunthanger. I've seen him pop up in the threads before. I looked up Joe Daly and got 55, not Chevy, but Chevar. And so I guess that's their new guy for writing our stunt article.
I have to check it out. I have to remember I have the model aviation news on digital, and usually it's out of sight, out of mind. I have
Me too.
paper, but I don't have the model
I went
aviation.
back, I went back to paper this year because I just let the other ones languish in my email without looking at them, and I was missing the stuff that I do want to read in it because there is some stuff that I want to see, and so I went back to paper.
Yeah. Plus, the magazine is good for mixing up epoxy, right?
That's
That's what
exactly
Sparky said.
You guys are
I
funny.
use Marlboro cartons, cut into little squares,
Okay.
various size squares for various amounts of glue.
What I actually use for epoxy is I eat a lot of mixed nuts, planters, mixed nuts, and the lids, those rubber lids.
Yeah, you can peel it out of those lids when you're through, can't you?
So I have and then even my coffee cans, the big 16-ounce cans, they have a plastic lid. I use those also
Yeah.
to.
Now you use bamboo sticks to stir it up with. Sharpen one end of it, you can roll it up and get the glue to mix well.
Yeah. I actually we was talking last week. Dennis was on, and he was talking about getting additional time on the engine run. And my engine runs on my Olympic with the Thunder 36 Pro was, but even with 10%, I was down to like 6 minutes or so, which is really not enough. So then I went to 5% and got it down to or up to 6:30, and then I added the Brewline air filter, and I'm up to um, about 7 minutes. So
That's what I need to put on the list of things to order. Sparky said Brodak had those now, so
yeah,
I'm going to get some of those. I guess one size fits all pretty much.
yeah, they're just really tight when you first get them, but they will fit everything. But sometimes I had a bear of a time getting the new Brewline boot over this Randy Smith Venturi. I was just struggling with it. I was scared I was going to break the sides off the front of the plane, but I managed to not break it. But it was really.
There's probably tighter on the Delrin Venturis. I imagine they're thicker on the outside diameter.
And this Venturi on this Thunder Tiger Pro is pretty big. You have some people here, so I'm going to rejoin you. I'm going to the garage and do some work and have the broadcast going, and I'll be there to listen, and I'll be live, but I might not be in sight.
Okay, Charles. Well, thanks for sitting down with us for a while.
Sure. I'll see you.
Bye. All right. Let's see. JP just dropped in. Washington, D.C. says, evening, fellas. Good evening, JP. Glad to have you with us. I don't think I'll be getting out into the field this week. Got a few other things to do, doctor's appointments and stuff like that. I went out to the shop Saturday evening and fell down on the concrete floor.
What?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my right hip's fractured now. We'll find out Wednesday.
Are you kidding me?
Nope, no shit.
How'd you manage to fall down?
I clamped a wrench in my big vise. It was a brass fitting for the airlines, and so I needed something to hold one bolt and turn the other one, and the wrench slipped out of the vise. I had it sideways in there, which was dumb anyway, but slipped out of the vise, and all that thrust I was putting into the wrench just spun me around, and I went down and put my hands on my canvas wagon. They went in it instead of onto the side, and both knees hit the concrete floor. And that hip that had already been kind of bothering me all of a sudden got real bad in a different way. So
Oh, Jesus, Rusty. I'm sorry to hear that, man.
yeah, we get an X-ray Wednesday and see. It doesn't feel like it's promising though. My imagination is my worst enemy too, so I probably need to just quit telling you what I think it might be, and I'll tell you what it is on Friday.
Yeah.
It was too late in the day. I shouldn't have gone out there when I was fatigued.
So where do you go to get this magazine online?
When I sign up for my AMA membership, I opt in for the digital.
Never mind. I don't want that explanation. I'm on the AMA site. I want to know, where do you go to see it on the AMA site?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you without hunting for it.
Media resources.
Go to see what?
Digital model aviation.
I found it. Model aviation.
Oh, but you can only get digital prints if you're a digital member. If you just get paper, you don't have access to the digital because you have to pay for digital and print if you want access to both. So if you only get the print, you're not going to be able to see it.
Wings for Kids. Is that the one?
Time for some crunching munch.
Inside Loop. That sounds like something.
That sounds like something we'd do. To mute my mic.
Yeah, you can't get it unless you're right.
Yeah, they strong arm you into paying
No,
to be able to access the online magazine. If you only get paper, you got to pay extra to get digital.
Well, then I guess I won't get it.
Yeah, I won't either.
It's not worth the paper either.
No, it's not.
There used to be, when I was a kid, quite a few magazines that were American Modeler, Model Aviation, what's the other one? Brickhouse
News.
Yeah, Model Aircraft News. Three or four.
Sparky, I got a, you just said American Modeler. I got one right here, man. American from, let's see, this is November of 1961. This is one of the Mac Henry magazines.
Jack Sheets used to have a bunch of airplanes in those. Model Airplane News, too. He had a lot in that. Brickhouse used to write Model Airplane News. But it turned into the same thing as the AMA has. It's just an advertising book for art, you know.
I guess if your subscribers drop off, you gotta fill it in with ads to keep solvent.
That's not how it works. See, the reason why AMA has a magazine is that even though they could put out a one-page newsletter, that's for some kind of legal purposes. They got to produce some type of magazine, and they sell the advertising to make revenue. And if there's an article in there, well, good for you guys. If there's not, oh well, it's good for the advertisers. It becomes just one giant ad book.
Yeah, catalog.
You can't use. But Bob Hunt said something that made a lot of sense, and I gotta agree with him. The only reason why we don't have any articles in those books is because nobody writes them. If everybody would, sit down and write one article, I'm guilty. I mean, I don't have time for it, and I'm not any good at it. Write an article, I used to do chronicle my builds on Stuka when I was building them Thunderbolts and the other stuff. I probably could have wrote an article out of that stuff.
Oh man, I'm glad I opened this up. Not that you guys care about this guy, but James Mears from 1961. Pretty cool. I'm going to put that on the Maca site because Bobby will get a kick out of that.
I know the name James Mears, but I don't know anything about him.
Wild Bill Nets Band's Control Line Capers. And here we go. Here's Lou McFarland.
Yeah, the killer of Stunt.
The killer of Stunt?
Yeah.
Why is that?
That airplane that he's holding right there is the death of a good flying airplane. He just got too big after that. That's about the right time, too, 61. Okay. We were standing in Gopher Gulch, Tom Warden, Bill Noyes, myself, and a bunch of the other guys. And everybody was bringing out these huge airplanes. We knew that was at the end of it.
The end of Stunt as we know it, huh? That's what Teosaki stands for.
Yeah. Yep. Can't make these big lumber wagons fly like a Nobler. Everybody says, "Oh no, they fly better." No, they don't. No, they don't.
Well, then why isn't everybody flying Noblers in Expert?
Because the trend has gone that way, and that's the way it is.
Okay.
But if you watch Billy's Aries or some of them smaller airplanes from the '60s, they actually fly. Whoop, whoop, whoop. These new ones are lumber wagons. You can see all that mushing. It's like Tom Warden said that his Continental flew like a lowered 49 Merc, and that's about right too. They were starting to expand out, and that was about the time that McFarland came out with that Shark 45. See, that has a Torpedo 49 in it. I mean, it had some really kind of weird engine in it.
Well, it doesn't say. And you can't really tell from the picture. Hang on. Let me see if... yeah, it's not really...
Did you give engine specification?
No, this is just Control Line Capers. It's little snippets from around the country. St. Louis area news. John Blum reminds about the Challenge Trophy action in 1958. The prop benders. You remember the prop benders?
Well, there were several clubs: the Hotheads, the Prop Benders, and Lafayette Escadrille.
Manchester Double Cola Club.
Yeah, Chola. Yeah.
Uh,
Now they're the Chola Choppers.
Oh, they're Chola Choppers. Okay. Let me see here if I can follow up on 61 and see if they talk about that airplane.
What is an escadrille anyway?
Lafayette Escadrille?
Yeah, I mean, I know it's a club, but what the word escadrille means?
It's a French word. It's a World War I flying squadron.
Oh.
Look it up. It's the same logo as ours. It's a Indian head, flying Indian head.
Okay.
I'm more of a buzz and buzzard now than an escadrille guy because I spend more time here in Ohio. I sure wish I could have got that Ambroid chicken to work.
What was the problem? Because it was paper and not gloss, or
no, the image, the quality image has to be super sharp. You know, that image is really small, and when you try to bring it into the program and vector it, the lines are all go all over the place. Okay. I cut one. I said, no, this ain't gonna work.
That's too bad.
No, I probably could get it to work if I wanted to spend as much time as I did on Schulte's airplane. If you remember, I did a T-shirt with Schulte's airplane on the back, that Al Raid F4F, or Bearcat. But I spent a week on the computer cleaning that thing up good enough that we could get a silk screen out of it. That guy was a good artist, boy.
There, we got another American modeler here from 1960. Let's see who's flying control.
35 in that book. 495 or 595.
The book?
No, the McCoy 40. McCoy 35 or McCoy 40.
I'll find it. I'm sure they're in. The magazine was 35 cents.
I know. $3.50.
McCoy 35, $5.95 from America's Hobby Center.
Yeah.
Dynajet Redhead, $35.
How much?
$35.
For what?
A Dynajet Redhead.
Oh, Dynajet, yeah.
Flight Street kit was $3.95 in 1960.
Nobler kit was $5.95.
Sterling Ruffy, $7.95. I don't see a Nobler here.
It could be $9.95 for a Nobler. Everything was, you could get an airplane for about $20 in the air back then. But you got to remember, that's like $200 today. Back then, I only made $1.35 an hour.
Minnesota Mike accused me of having my ears lowered. Not true. I've just got it in a zip tie behind my head.
It's zip tie to your neck.
Well, I just found a hand launch glider plan I can build for Sam.
Was that done by Victor Cunningham?
Famous Chicago club.
No.
Art Christensen.
Those airplanes fly real good, that style of hand launch glider.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Full-size plans for a Maxi Class A glider flown by the Chicago Aeronauts. Yeah, we'll build that.
Victor Cunningham was our Pettit rep. Pettit was hobby epoxy, and he used to. Well, I think he designed the Stargazer And he used to build them analog gliders, and he got me involved in building a bunch of them. At one particular time, we used to go to Victorville and fly them. I just went to ride the motorcycle.
Man, I'm going to have to. There's another good combat article in here on Carl Berryman from Oklahoma. I'm going to have to go through all these mags and take pictures of this stuff and put it on the MACA site in the combat section. Interesting.
Tell me what MACA stands for.
Miniature Aircraft Combat Association.
Miniature, okay. Yeah, in fact, I even put that logo on my newsletter, but I didn't know what it was. I also put FAPA, F-A-P-A on there. I don't even know what that means. I looked it up one time. I knew, but I forgot.
Starting it, person's always. So, guys, I got to go to bed. Have fun.
Okay, Spark.
All right, Spark.
Thanks for helping us out tonight.
Here's Bob Palmer.
See you.
Bye.
See ya.
You say Bob Palmer?
Yeah, it's an ad for dope. Because he was a Nats winner, and he painted his airplane with Patra dope. So they put him in the mag.
Yeah, but we're going to the Palmer Memorial in 2 weeks. Out here with Arrows.
Mm-hmm. Pretty slow tonight, guys.
Yeah, we got a little dead air going on right now, don't we?
Yeah, I feel bad working in my garage and not being vocal, but I'll try to contribute.
Well, that's okay. I just don't have a lot to add tonight. And if I'd been working out in my shop, I guess I could tell you all about that. But not many people here, as Minnesota Mike points out. I wish some of you guys over there on YouTube were able to join in on camera with us.
Who's hanging out there, Rusty?
Minnesota Mike, JP from DC, Jack Snavely is on, and let's see if I can. Jeff Riley is on. And when I got out my box of Crunch and Munch, he said Crunch and Munch reminds me of his wife's car. That's what it sounds like. Gary Sinclair's on watching us, I believe, or he was, if he's not now. John Skukalek is watching, and James Faust is watching.
All right. Well, I can do a little show and tell of all the models we rehabbed over the weekend.
It'd be great. Thank you.
See that? It's all combat stuff, so
that's okay, man. This is not a stunt centrific group. This is everything control line group.
Okay. Oh, let's see here. Let me get that set up there.
And when you get done, I'll show my K-77s I got back from the Ukraine.
I think I just made up a new word. I don't think centrific is actually a word. Centric. I'm good at making up new words. All right, let me click on Mike, and there we go.
This is a speed limit combat airplane built by Jeff Dawson. He gave this to Sam at Huntersville last October. He flew it a couple times and then gave it to Sam. So there was no engine on it. I just mounted this got an LA-25 on it for power.
I enjoyed meeting Jeff.
So new combat plane for Sam.
What prop do you have on that plane, Mike?
It's probably got an 8.4 or an 8.5 on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw a plane on Facebook today that you showed, and it had a hole in the wing in the shape of Texas.
I'm going to show that. I'll get to it here in a minute. This is just another speed limit combat plane that was damaged last year. The tail got taken off, so I just I have a whole box full of tails for these. I just propped a new tail on it. This one is well worn and seen a lot of action. It's pretty beat up, but it still flies good. And this is actually Samuel's favorite airplane.
Oh,
wow!
Another speed limit plane. Now, one thing we did, I'm going to show you a bunch of old slow combat planes. And slow combat ended up being Nelson 36s on suction. So there was nothing slow about it because they were going 100 miles an hour then. But they were just enormous airplanes. I mean, if you look at the size of this compared to the other two I showed you, the airplanes are enormous. The booms are real long, right? And
Yeah,
pretty big on them too. So this one's got a Magnum 40 on it with a suction tank. And we prop this down with like a 9.4 prop, and it'll fly. I mean, it's faster than a stunt plane, but it's not as fast as it would be as a combat plane.
right.
So use these as stunt training for Sam to get him to finish the rest of the pattern for doing the vertical eights, the clover, the outside squares, all the stuff that he hasn't done yet with a regular stunt plane. We're going to use all these slow combat planes to get him comfortable doing the maneuvers at least.
Yeah, good idea.
If he crashes these, he ain't going to break them. I mean,
That's a good idea.
Pretty tough, so they're not going to break.
Oh, we just got a new, we got some new blood here. Rich and Bowley. Anybody know?
Hey, doing good, Rich.
Here we go. Just a
Your
second.
avatar, we don't see you yet.
No camera, but we got audio. Hey, Rich.
Oh, the camera should be working.
I can hear you. I can't see you.
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Oh, here comes Steve Hines too. They're raining in now. Hang on,
All
Steve
right.
in. We got show and tell going on with Mike Leinke and the planes he worked with this weekend. Hey, Steve. Okay, Mike, carry on.
Now I get this damn camera working.
Steve, is that your TV in the background?
Yeah, I
Right
can
there?
hear.
Oh, yeah.
Go till we get that.
Rich, I'm off.
Yeah. I
So
can get the stupid camera working.
Okay, there we go. So anyway, that's one of the old slows we fixed up for Sammy. Here's another one. Now, I thought this was really cool. And these are all from Mac Henry. These are all Mac Henry's old airplanes. But here's another old slow combat. And this one actually just has it's got a Fox on it, like a Fox 36 with a suction tank. And again, he can ball this up and pound it into the ground, and it probably won't break, you know.
Yeah.
And
I was making sure if you could get that Fox 36 to run on suction.
oh yeah, it will. It's got an insert in it. Here's the one you were talking about, Rusty.
Yeah.
With the Texas cutouts. So this is a smaller airplane. This one's actually considerably smaller, and this one has an LA-25 up front. These actual airplanes, I was told, Jeff Dawson built these, and then when I posted them on the Maca site, he got on there, and he said, yeah, he built them, and these were built. They flew a Fox 35 combat event in Nashville in the 90s. Sometime in the 90s, they did a Fox 30. It had just a regular stock Fox 35, and this is the airplane that all the guys were flying. So Dawson had made a bunch of these, and Mac Henry ended up with this one, and then Sam ended up with it. So I think this is going to be a good one here. It's not going to go super fast, but it'll have line tension. This will make a great stunt trainer.
I bet Fox 35's flying stunt was a real burp fest. Hey, Steve McBride.
Hello.
Now we're filling up with people.
Now, what it is that if you take and run a Fox 35 faster, they don't burp. I mean, Rich is the one that showed us how to run Fox 35s, and shit, them things will haul ass if you do them right. They don't burp.
There's another old slow of Max. Again, big wing, long boom, big tail, on suction. And this one actually has a Mark III combat special on it. But I found that this is actually the plane Sam learned to fly figure eights and inverted on at Brodax. This is the one we pounded into the ground over and over and over till he got figure eights and inverted flight. So prop down with like a 9.4 and running a little bit sloppy. It's a good stunt trainer, you know. Gives them confidence. Got all the line they need, you know. And then he's not worried about tearing up a good airplane. And last but not least, here is Sam's first Nelson 36.
Oh, wow. That's a nice looking plane.
Yeah, these are very nice. This is called the Gambler. This is a slow combat plane. Again, long boom, big tail, big wingspan. This was built by Lou Scavone of Detroit. And when we were up there last year, he gifted Sam 2 of these airplanes. There's a blue one as well. They're really nice, super nice airplanes. And then the engine, that Nelson, there's actually a pretty funny story on this. So when I helped Mac Henry clean out his shop and I bought some things from him and he gave me some stuff, there was a box of Nelson parts in there that were just, I thought they were all garbage. I looked through them and I thought, I'm not going to do anything with this. So I eBayed this big giant box of Nelson parts out of Mac Henry's junk drawer. Well, guess who bought them? Bob Whitney bought them. And then I run into him at Brodax, and he had built a running engine out of all the parts that were in that box, and I ended up buying the engine back from Bob Whitney. Basically, I should have just sent it to him and had him build it for me, but yeah, we traded money back and forth, and I got the engine back.
Game full circle.
Yeah, Sam's got a Nelly on a suction tank, so you know this won't be like fast combat, 130 miles an hour, but it should go 100 no problem. It should do 100 no problem.
What's the fastest plane Sam can competently fly right now? Can he?
He's flying, you know, speed limit stuff, and I've got a couple that'll do with the right prop. You know, they'll go 85 or so.
Yeah, well, that's fast as hell on 40-foot lines, 45, whatever you fly.
Well, probably the fastest thing he's flying is the half A. He's flying a high performance Russian half A combat plane. So, and you've seen those. So
yeah, oh, that's badass fast. Yeah.
Yeah, he can fly one of those and keep it out of the dirt. So he's doing pretty good.
Good.
He's doing pretty good. That's all I got. That's all I worked on.
Oh, well, thanks.
Flows ready.
Hey, you filled in the gap. Now we got a crowd in here, so maybe we can talk to some new people. Let me unpresent you. And hey, Rich, I see you got your camera working.
Yeah, finally figured it out.
Good.
What's going on, Dick? How you doing, man?
What area are you in, Rich?
5 miles from Steve.
Rich is who, when Samantha first started flying, this is a crazy story because I work with a guy named Pat Dymoff. And we talk all the time and stuff, and he told me about his uncle. He used to win all these contests and stuff and gave him fuel and motors and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. So we got into, Samantha got into flying, and I was talking to Pat. He said, yeah, he goes, I like to fly again too. And he goes, I think I'll get back into it. He goes, I need to call my Uncle Dick. And I'm like, Dick, I'm off. And I'm like, holy shit, he taught me how to fly. And he's like, what? So we got a hold of Dick, and then he helped Samantha with motors and airplanes and all this kind of stuff. And Pat set up a circle Well, we worked on another one, me and Dick first, a wastewater thing, and they end up at the Nats kicking us out and through the city or whatever. So we set one up at Pat's house, and I don't know, we've been flying since 2006. No, but 2011, I think.
11, yeah.
So yeah, he lives about 5 miles from me, and I live 1 mile from his nephew.
Hey,
So
Dick,
Yeah.
we got a new pulse jet to fly.
All right.
Brand new airplane. Just finished it about a month and a half ago.
Very cool.
Yeah, we had about a week or so where we were talking pulse jets. Mike fired one up in his garage for us. Turned out the lights. That was awesome.
Dick's got one of them, one of the Chinese ones.
Yeah.
Started that up at your house, didn't you?
Yeah, at the house and then out to Pat's house one day. He didn't like the noise.
Did you have any trouble starting it with the stock metering jet in there? Or did you have to...
I reworked it all.
Yeah. Okay.
Tutorials on eBay, simple to do.
Yeah, Chris Lomas has got some really good videos and drawings of how to make that flow ejector work right.
Yeah, I got extras and, so I reworked one and it fires right up.
Yeah.
They're not a bad running motor.
Yeah. Did you get one of the early ones or one of the later ones?
Oh, I've had it a couple of years, I guess.
Because I guess some of the very first ones that came out, the pipes were splitting on them. A lot of guys were splitting the pipes.
Yeah.
So I got mine after they'd been out for about 2 years, I guess, something like that.
Does that pipe have a seam in it? Does that pipe have a seam in it?
Yeah, it's a clamshell. It's two pieces welded together.
Yeah. Hobby King had a sale on them, $50.
Yeah, that's when I bought mine.
Yeah, that's when I got mine too.
I didn't buy the spark or any of that other crap. I just bought the motor for like $9. Yeah.
Figured hell for $50, what.
Yeah, Mike Hazel has like 10 sets of tailpipes ready to be welded together that he's willing to sell, like cheap, because he's got a whole bunch of stuff for sale on the flying lines, flying flea market. There's a lot of speed stuff in there and a lot of jet stuff. I bought quite a bit of things from him. But he's got like 10 sets of clamshell pipes ready to be welded together. It'd be great if you could get, but you got to have the ring. There's no rings.
Right.
Threaded ring in there to screw the head into. So they're kind of useless without the ring.
And it should be made out of stainless, and that's a pain in the ass to machine. I've got 2 lathes, making the ring is no big deal,
You think?
Oh, I'm a journeyman machinist.
Yeah.
Okay.
All the stuff he makes, from Venturis to
well, I wonder who we could get to weld those halves together. Because I tell you, Dick, it'd be worth it to get them. If we could get them welded and you could make the rings, we could put a little money on these things if you were interested.
I work at a place that has about 60 welders.
Yeah,
right?
there's a couple over at Steve's place that could do it.
Wow.
These guys welding nuclear power plants and everything else. So
well, maybe I'll give Mike a call and see what he's if he's still got those pipes. So, because he's had them he said he bought them sometime in the 60s.
Yeah.
Somebody was making them, or you could buy them back then and weld your own, But no.
Stainless is about the easiest thing to weld. Them guys can walk a stainless weld like you can't believe. That's about all we do now. Everything is stainless.
Yeah, most of the guys over at the shop can weld it.
Yeah. Well, Pat, hell, I know Pat can weld it. Pat's a good welder too.
Could always go over to Craig's house. He's got a welder at his house too.
Yeah. we can weld them at my house or your house. I'll just grab a welder from work.
Yeah.
grab $5,000 welders, and they're all. I mean, they're just a little dinky thing now. You
Yeah,
can't
they're not very big.
inverter welders that we got. Hell, these guys carry them around with the stingers and go at it. But yes, I mean,
Boy, if we could eBay some new old stock Dynajet pipes, man, we could charge whatever the hell we wanted for them.
so what you just got to make a ring.
There's a I'll show you.
You got something for show and tell there, Steve?
Yeah, I wanted to show Mike.
Go ahead.
This is one of them slow. This is a Fox Combat. I don't know if anybody can see, but they cut a hole out so that the back plate was sticking there.
Right.
Yeah.
I know who built that airplane, Steve.
Dick gave one of these to Samantha. But it was a Phil Cartier, but it looked about exactly the same. And Samantha flew the crap out of it, and that's where she learned most of her maneuvers. She finally broke the thing after about a year. She ended up planting it on a over.
Hold it up again, Steve. Let me see the wing. Let me see the tip. Show the engine on the backside. Look. See what I'm holding right here?
Oh yeah, yours don't. Does yours have the hole right there? It doesn't look like it has that hole.
Yeah, it does. These planes were built by Lou Scavone. These are called the Prowler.
Yeah, yeah.
Lou Scavone of Detroit made these airplanes. It's got the phenolic and the hole. It's all the same.
Yeah.
Dick had me pick it up at a swap meet. He said, "Hey, grab that."
That's
for you to.
This one has this kind of tail on it.
See, the only thing is that it didn't have a tail, so I made. I didn't realize.
It would have had the diamond tail was the Prowler.
Oh, okay.
It had the diamond tail, but basically we got the same airplane here. Just
yeah,
different
tails. Tail, so I made up a tail for it and slipped it in the in the deal and put it in. But Samantha flew it. It doesn't fly well. I don't know where. Show me where does your lead outs come out? They're too far forward. I'm going to put an adjustable one in it.
Well, this one has internals.
Oh, okay.
Are that internal or external?
Spar, isn't it?
It's about an inch back from the spar, the front lead out.
Yeah, see what like that on this one? Can you?
Let me click on you, Steve. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, maybe move it back a half inch.
Yeah. Well, what it is, I copied this. Whoever built this thing put the lead outs in the wrong wing.
Oh, okay.
So I took them out and I put them over on that side and I matched what they did, which was wrong.
Yeah,
it just doesn't have any line tension. I tried to fly it and Dick knows I can't fly worth a shit, but
yeah, it's exactly 1 inch behind the spar.
See, I was gonna surprise Dick next week when we flew, but I got this one. Put this together. It's got a Inya 40 XCS on it.
Yeah, that'll work.
That's a Phil Cartier design. Last week Dick wasn't there on Monday. I had out the super shit, I can't think what we call them now. The one plane you made for that black one or the gray one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's the same. It looks just like Sam's that he gave you, but mine's in black.
Yeah.
What? Them are not super vipers, super spiders.
Super spiders, yeah.
Yeah. So I got that going, and so I think I have enough planes to about 5 of them going right now to where if I start planting them, I can hopefully learn the beginner pattern without running out of airplanes.
There you go.
Yeah, if the snow's all gone, I'm gonna go out tomorrow and fly.
You going out tomorrow?
Yeah, looks good for the weather. It's supposed to be in the 60s.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, since we had 6 inches of snow this morning.
chance of snow. I mean rain, 10%. All right, Mike. What do you need made?
So this is going to be in two pieces, the top and a bottom. And I don't
Yep.
know, boy, the weld on this thing is really nice.
Oh yeah, that's normal weld.
Yeah. That's a stock Dynajet tube. But there's a clamshell, two pieces welded together, and there's a threaded ring in here for the head to screw into.
Yeah, the HK jet's the same ring.
I don't think so, because none of that stuff's interchangeable, Dick.
I'd have to get a tube because all that amounts to is just, like a piece of stainless tubing and cut it and, cut a thread in it. No big deal.
Yeah, but I think all the Hobby King stuff is metric, because the Hobby King head will not screw into this, and the flow ejectors will not screw into a Dynajet head either. They're different threads.
I have to get a hold of Banjock. I think he's got a busted up tube. He's got one tube that's damn near U-shaped. It bent so bad and it cracked. Anything is so I know what thread it is in the diameter.
Thread? Well, I could send you a head too. I mean, a Dynajet head or a pipe.
Ring, and then just, get some stainless steel tubing and part it off and thread the OD and weld around. No big deal.
So what is this? This is two pieces of stainless steel?
Yes.
In halves.
In halves, two halves. Weld there, all the way from the front to the tailpipe.
How
goes inside?
That must be stamped.
Yeah, they're stamped.
Yeah, they're stamped in two pieces, and then they put them in a jig and welded them up.
Right.
The guy's got all the halves, just need them welded together.
Got the halves. We have raw halves, but no rings. No rings.
Making rings not a big deal.
They need to be welded together.
Somebody
Mike can see if he still has them.
Was making halves at one time?
Yeah. You could buy them back in the 60s.
Yeah.
From Curtis Dynajet, from Dynafog. You could buy halves and rings. And somehow or another, Mike ended up with like 10 or 12 sets of halves, I think is what he said.
Eventually, the tube will split.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of them, they get so hot, they bend from the centrifugal force of the jet.
Mm-hmm.
So, are the dies still around to make them halves?
Doubtful.
Now, could you take the Chinese one and cut the ring off of it and put it and weld another ring to it?
No. I'm going to tell you. Dynajet, Chinese.
Yeah.
This does not fit this.
Okay.
It will not screw in.
Hey, let me interrupt for just a second. Dick, do you know how to make Mike's picture get big so you can look at what he's showing you?
Yeah, I can see it gets big.
If you click on his little thumbnail at the bottom, it'll take over the whole screen.
Yeah.
And when you're through looking at it, click it again and it'll go back to normal.
Okay, what I'm saying is, Mike, is that tube the same diameter and everything as the other tube, not the thread part of it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty identical.
All right, so why couldn't you then cut off the threaded part and weld on a new threaded part that the threads would be right?
I suppose you could. But
yeah, if you had a junk tube.
You can't buy these. They
either?
You used to be able to get the HK tubes, but they don't sell them anymore.
Right.
So HK's not making the Dynajets anymore, huh? Or they're making the Pulse Jets anymore?
Yeah, but you don't get any parts for them anymore. You still get flow ejectors for them, but...
Well, I seen that Hobby King had them back online for sale.
Yeah.
When?
last week when I was on there.
Are you sure they're in stock?
Yeah, they were on the website and they showed them.
Yeah, normally they're not in stock.
I don't know if they just had a few or
If they're in stock, I'm gonna go buy what they have.
When I looked at it, it was under miscellaneous stuff.
Hmm.
You know what? I was wrong.
What?
I just got that head to screw into this Dynajet tube.
I thought they were the same, but
What? You know what? Now I'm thinking maybe I just tried the flow ejector and I gave up after that. Now I got to get a flow ejector.
because I'm pretty sure it was an exact copy of the Dynajet.
Boy, did everybody see Notre Dame Cathedral on fire?
Yeah, it's like a drama. It looks of it.
It doesn't look anything like it did when I seen it in July.
Oh, that's right. You were there, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was one of the coolest things that we seen because it's an island, and we took the boat ferry thing around the island and stuff, and got to see it from the outside. And I didn't realize it was like all part of a moat. How they, it's a river, but they use it kind of like a moat, and there's a bridge to get to it. They could actually use that as a castle kind of thing. But, yeah, it was. It'll never be the same now, but they say they're going to rebuild it. But I mean, shit.
All the artwork stuff that was in there is gone.
It took 300 years to build the damn thing. I mean,
and why did it burn down?
Well, I have a feeling, we'll see what they say. There is scaffolding all around it, and they were working on
some restoration project.
Yeah, rust on the roof, and more than likely that roof was copper, and they're probably soldering on the damn thing and started it on fire. That would be my guess. People are saying, that it was burning green and all that kind of stuff, that somebody put something in it to set it on fire. But when you burn copper, it burns green. So if there's any brass statue, anything like that would be, giving off that blue, greenish smoke. So yeah, that's too bad. That was so cool. It's when you're by how big it is, it's like, oh my God, that thing is just monstrous. And it showed the fire department trying to spray water on it. How their damn equipment doesn't even go up near high enough. They're trying to arc the water in. But yeah, it started in the roof area, they said. So I have a feeling one of the workers did something. Kind of like one of our plumbers put in a new supply for a kitchen sink and got it all done, hooked the sink all up, stuff like that. Left about 3 hours later, the part was kind of burnt down. Well, something was smoldering in there and it finally just took off and burnt the whole apartment down. But yeah, well, I've been working on that. I got kind of hard to see.
Vector.
And there's nice and clean. That's that ready system. I got the motor, the speed controller, all of his stuff that I was gonna hook up. So I'm that far on that. I would have been done with this by now for the weekend, but I can't find the elevator or the platforms. They came in a bag. I'm pretty sure that it was in there. It seemed like I'd have missed it, but it had the flap horns in it, hinges, and little fillet things, and I can't find nothing. I've completely cleaned my work area. I went through every single box and stuff, and they're gone. Either I threw them away by accident when I was throwing, because everything come in plastic and they're taped. And the only thing I can think of is I took the wing out or something, and they were taped to. Some of them pieces are taped to each other, and I folded it up and threw it in the trash because it is not in this house. So I got to call back and see if I found one for a Phenom, whatever another airplane I had. So I used that for the elevator, and I got that all in and everything. But I got to get the flap one, and then I can stick this thing together. And I want to.
John Skupalek wants to know if you could show your Shoe fuel tank that I set up for profile. A Shoe fuel tank, huh?
Oh yeah.
Shoe is rubbery stuff, isn't it? Who's grilling?
All right, we can click on Dick here.
Yeah, got Dick up full screen.
Well, you guys will hear me call him Dick, but that's what he went by back in the 70s.
What should we call you? Should we call you Rich or Dick?
Yeah, everyone else calls him Richard. You'll hear me call him Dick, but that's what I told him since the 70s.
I was just following your lady.
He is Dick and Prodac, so that's how I know him.
There it is on the plane.
There we go.
I got a couple of those. Well, I should say, I'm sorry, Sam has a couple of those.
Yeah.
That's a new one I just finished.
Nice.
It's a Time Machine wing from Dixon with Stalker 51S side exhaust on it.
Holy cow.
It really flies nice.
A hell of a lot of motor for that size plane.
No,
airplane, what's
I thought you should put like a 61 in it. You know, when you got like a 46-ounce airplane, you should always have like a 61 in them.
This is 52, I think it weighs.
2 with the motor.
Yeah.
What's the fuselage?
Just profile.
It's okay. So it's not the Time Machine. Not the Time Machine fuselage.
Yeah, this one's got carbon fiber tubing top and bottom.
It is. It's the numbers from the Time Machine fuselage, but Dick always makes them look the way he wants to make them look.
Yeah, there's 13 millimeter carbon fiber tube, full length top and bottom routed in.
Cool.
There's no twist. You can't move the back end of this thing.
That's pretty sharp looking plane there.
That's nice.
That's pretty cool.
I embedded a 1/16 by 7/16 carbon fiber strip through the fuselage on my Cardinal, but what you've got is probably way stiffer than what I've got.
So
for that size airplane, that's a lot of motor.
That's 550 cubic square inches. It's a 50 size Time Machine wing from Dixon.
50 size Time Machine, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So he put a 50 in it.
I built a 60 size time, full 60 size Time Machines. I built 3 of those already.
He's got a new one. I just ordered it, the Dagger. It's a full bodied airplane.
Right. That's the one way the Time Machine is a full body.
Yeah, he calls it a Dagger.
What the hell you got? What is that you got on your couch right there, Dick?
That's the Buccaneer with a Tiger 51 in it.
Oh, okay. I didn't. Oh, is that one you got from Pat? Was that one of
Pat Beacon's old planes? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is that the B or the G51?
That's Stalker 51. Did you get that Ultra from Dixon?
Yeah, I got about a 6 or 7 Stalker motors.
Yeah, you got
that. A couple from this one here is a brand new 51 side exhaust.
Right.
And I got 2 rear exhaust 51s and 3 61 rear exhausts and a 46 rear exhaust.
I got one. I got a Stalker 46 from Dixon.
Yeah. That's what we put on one of Dixon's 40 size Vector 40 profiles. My nephew flies it.
Okay. I put it in a Patriot.
Yeah.
Okay. I still say, and this is just me, and I don't know why, that 51 is the best running stunt engine out of the box. I mean, it just runs so well.
Yeah, it only burns about 3.5, 3 3/4 ounces of fuel.
Yeah.
Better.
I know the 46 and the 50 are in the same case and everything, but something about the bore and stroke on that 51. I mean, John Paris flies a SB11 with a Stalker 51 on it. The rear exhaust with just a
little heavier motor though.
Now they weigh
they weigh the same.
46 and 51 weigh exactly the same.
Same case.
Yep, same case, everything. The 51 might be a little bit lighter because there's less.
Yeah, the liner's a little thinner.
Yeah. But
the LA 40 and 46, the 46 is lighter.
The LA 46 is lighter.
Yeah,
Pardon?
but the 51 is
LA 46 is light motor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that 51 I really like.
I got the Stalker 46. I like that one, and that's the motor itself is 8.3 ounces.
We're running 12.6 prop on it. He just loves big pitch props.
On the 51.
On the 46.
I'm running an 11-inch prop.
Hang a 12.6 on it once and try it. You may be surprised.
I put a 12 on it. I didn't like it. It was loading it up too much.
Yeah, the some reason that motor will pull a big prop. And my nephew flies it, the 40 Vector. It pulls harder in the maneuvers with a 12.6. I mean, it's unbelievable how the plane flies.
Well, I tried it with a 12, and I ran it with a 12, and when I went and to make the engine brake and cycle for 2.4, it loaded up too much. So I didn't like it. So I backed down and went to an 11-inch, and it dialed right in.
A 12 what, Steve? What kind of pitch?
5.
Yeah, so you gotta pitch it up to a 6.
Yeah, you gotta load the motor hard, and then it won't go crazy in the maneuvers. It doesn't. The RPM is not that much difference.
Yeah, I was out there and I'm like, I'm like, that thing seems to me like it needs a bigger prop. And he's like, well, I got a 12.6 in the box. And
I put an 11.5 on it. I run it at 9,000 RPM.
Pardon me?
I got mine. I run it at about 89 to 9,000 RPM on an 11-inch prop. On 11.5. It seems comfortable there.
Yeah. Yeah, we're on about 80,
79
right in that area. But the 12.6 just woke the plane up.
Yeah, it runs well. I was out there a week ago Monday, and we put up some more flights with it. The biggest thing with them is that it takes so long to break them in.
Yeah.
He's using less and less fuel, though. It's finally starting to break in.
I mixed up a gallon of low viscosity.
Oh, did you?
The 51 on this yellow one, it's got 12 flights on it, 12 or 13.
Yeah.
The head off it, and it looks like it's never been run.
They run cool though. You stick your hand, you can hold your hand right while it's running, right on that back plate, and it's nice and cold.
Yeah. But I'm running 18% straight clots, no caster.
So
got a ring engine? Has it got a ring?
No, ABC.
ABC.
Stronger than ABC motor.
Does it run any better with that oil that I got, Dick, or not?
In the cold weather, I think it helped. Main thing is it runs so clean.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what everybody said, and that's what he said.
Where's the side where you're at?
What's that?
Where's Dick at? Where does he live at?
He lives right by me here in Michigan.
Michigan.
He's my flying buddy. All right, his flying buddy, because he started flying way before I did.
Takes me 10 minutes to get to Steve's house.
Come to Vegas.
Hey, Dick.
Yeah.
So you made a liar out of me, and I'm glad you did because I just learned something. So, yeah, the threads are the same.
I thought it was an exact copy.
Yeah, because all that time we were talking pulse jets, you were thinking, I remember you told us that the threads didn't fit.
Well, they don't on the flowjector, okay? The
flowjector there, yeah.
is dead. So I'm pretty sure what I did is I tried changing flowjectors, and I went, oh, they made the damn thing metric, and I never threw a head on.
Looks like there's enough meat, though. We could thread the end cap of the HK to fit the flowjector for the Dynajet.
Yeah, and these are cheap. They're like $2, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But, that's what I was bummed out the most was the flowjectors were not interchangeable because that would have been great.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, getting flowjectors because it's hard to find these original ones. You just can't get. But, I mean,
let me click on you, Mike. What size thread is that?
I don't know. I don't have a thread gauge in front of me. I mean,
about 3/8.
It's pretty close, yeah.
I didn't know it was that big.
.242.
Yeah, quarter inch.
That's
quarter inch, yeah.
Yeah, quarter inch.
Yeah.
And
close to it anyway.
The Hobby King is 231.
Yeah, it's metric. Yeah.
Yeah, 234 is.
One's a coarse thread, and the other looks to be a little bit finer. I'm sorry, where am I here?
Why couldn't you put a helicoil? Why couldn't you helicoil that?
That's what I was thinking.
So you thread in for the helicoil, put the helicoil in, and then screw the metric one because you can buy metric helicoils, and then that would fit right in there.
Yeah, I wouldn't do anything to my original heads. I would want to modify this to fit a standard Dynajet.
Let me think.
You can't get a helicoil that'll change thread types from metric to SAE, can you?
They don't make something that's a front too? With a coupling?
Only thing, what I would do, Mike, is try to find one of them cones that are shot. Like say that the damn thing is stripped, and then take that and try to helicoil it and see if it works.
Well, yeah, you could maybe do that with a broken one. Yeah, try to do that.
Right.
I would not
do your good ones, but
modify an original Dynajet head to take a Chinese flowjector. I'm not hacking them up to try to make this fit in an original.
But maybe out there you can find a stripped head, and then we'll helicoil it and see if it works.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm pretty stoked that Dick made me stumble onto this because, man, I was really disappointed when I found out everything wasn't 100% interchangeable. But knowing that the heads work on the tubes is good because a lot of times you'll find these tubes for sale just by themselves.
Yeah.
You know, with no engine. You'll see one at an RC swap meet, but without a head, they're not any good, you know.
Yeah.
It's nice to have spares. And if you said you saw Hobby King jets again on the website, I'm going to go grab a couple of them because they'll be gone.
Yeah, this will screw your mind up, Mike.
What are you doing with a needle valve on there, man? Get out of here.
Hold it up again.
Hold that up again, Dick.
Hold it up again.
Hold it up again. No shit.
Adjustable jet.
I'll tell you what, he can make anything.
Yeah, that's one of those things I'd love to have as a do-over if I could go back and that be part of my early training is machine work. I'd love that.
Well, his nephew there, Pat, he was a machine builder, a custom machine builder. And he can come up with some wild stuff. Him and Dick make it or he'll make it or whatever. But yeah, I mean, them two together, They can make just about anything.
You ought to see my Fox 35's race plane.
Oh,
It's a case, a Fox 35 stunt case. Everything else inside of it's KNV40.
what the guy from New Jersey? What's the guy from New Jersey? He was on here last week or whatever, wondering about that motor. And I told him
it runs real good.
But if Al's listening, well, get on, Al, and he'll show you that motor. I told him that you let Kevin run it, but he ran it too rich. He didn't set it like.
Yeah, you got it. Kevin don't know how to adjust the needle out.
Well, them guys they're just used to a tank where you got to start out rich, and then as it runs down, it goes lean. And I tried to tell him that you didn't do that. Your tank set up, once you got the centrifugal force on it, it stayed the same from beginning to end.
Yeah, whatever you set it on the ground, that's the way it is in the air.
That's what we have these races and some rat races, but we have speed races, and we always win because the airplane takes off flying up 90 miles an hour. It ends at 90. It doesn't start out at 75 and then gradually build up by the end to go 90. But
Mike held something up to show us and then disappeared. His camera went down.
Yeah, he must have banged it or something.
oh
No, I'm still here.
Hobby King to see what's there.
I'm looking on Hobby King.
Oh.
I'll do the same thing here a second. My picture will disappear, but I can hear you guys. I'll pop another deal.
We just figured you were taking a bong hit or something.
I don't hit bongs, man.
You can make a good bong out of one of those bullshit pipes.
Yeah, I didn't have any luck on my phone, but that's not the best way to be searching.
Yeah, it's like looking at the internet through a keyhole.
Yeah. I'm gonna go look on my desktop. Is what I'm gonna do.
Popping it up right now, Mike, to see if I can tell you where I see them.
Well, I'm gonna log into my account.
Oh, okay.
Seem to have a little better luck finding stuff when you're logged in.
Leonard Burrell's been trying to get in and can't quite get it, so we've arranged an appointment tomorrow morning. We're going to try to work his problems out so he can come join us live. What you got going on, McBride? We hadn't heard much from you tonight.
I'm listening to you guys talking about jets.
Thanks for sending a picture. I think Ruben did too, to
Yes.
Gary.
Oh yeah, sure, absolutely. I went flying this weekend. The weather was nice enough to go flying this weekend. That was a good deal. Got some good practice in.
Good.
Yeah, Palmer event's coming up at the end of the month, so we got to get practice in.
It's been really windy here the past few days. It was just whipping. The trees were swinging today.
Well, we get it. I got to get out there by about 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and I'm good till about 11 o'clock. After that, when the day's done, then it starts to get you'll get a steady wind still in one direction, but it becomes gusty. It becomes gusty where you'll get 5 miles an hour and then it'll get a good gust of about 12, 15 miles an hour, then kick back down, and it just swirls up all around above you and overhead.
Yeah, that's what's roughest when it's swirling and unpredictable.
It swirls overhead. So 11 o'clock, I'm done. So I get myself out there and got a nice flying set. I get my
I like to go out about 3 or 4 in the afternoon and fly till dark. That's a good time. Except in the middle and late summer, you gotta watch out for thunderstorms at that time of the day.
That's what I used to do back east. I used to get done 4 o'clock or so and go out and fly till about 8 o'clock at night. Till it got dark, 7:30, 8 o'clock, till you couldn't see till it got dark. You flew about 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock, I was home again.
Yeah.
I used to like doing that, but the mosquitoes ate you up alive out there. So you trade one to the other. Humidity was high. Different deal.
Put a pump sprayer on the top of a SIG glow fuel quart and dust yourself off with glow fuel, and that'll keep the mosquitoes off.
Oh, I have no worry about mosquitoes. There's no mosquitoes out here. I'm talking about when I was back east. When I was back east, yeah, that's what used to most the circle runner field. That was a swampland area. Over here, there's no mosquitoes, no bees, no bugs, no nothing like that.
Out of stock.
Right.
Out of stock,
Out of stock.
global and U.S.
Yeah, they've got reeds and metering jets. That's it, and ignition systems, but no motors.
No tubes?
No.
Charles, did you get out this weekend?
Yeah, I got out Friday and I flew today.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got some flights in.
What kind of Olympic?
Yeah, the Olympic, yeah. And I lengthened the flight. I put in a green filter. So now I'm up to about 7 minutes, which is good enough.
What kind of filter?
That Brew Line filter.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a hobby store. I had the information, but now Brodak carries them. But before that, I got it at this place called Prop Shop. And I ordered about 5 or 6 of them last year, and they really do help.
What's the diameter on the filter?
It's one size fits all, isn't it?
Yeah, the one size fits all.
Because you can make the pickup a lot. You can make the pickup line a little larger. Change your fuel economy.
I just wrote myself a note. Brew Line filters.
Yeah, Brodak has them.
I like using those Sullivan filters.
They make air filters?
Sullivan, yeah, Sullivan makes a nice air filter. They're double screen.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know they made an air filter.
It goes over the Venturi?
What's that? For the Venturi? No. Let me go pull it up here. Let me find it again.
No, this was for the Venturi he's talking about.
Not the Venturi. It's a rubber boot, and you have a.
Oh, you're talking about that rubber boot you put on there?
Yeah.
You're talking about okay, no. Not Sullivan doesn't make that. You're talking about the rubber boot that goes over the Venturi.
Yes, and the green and a black filter. I put the green one on.
It's the green filter on the inside. You want to do something even better?
What's that?
It's a stocking.
Yeah.
Stocking around it.
Yeah, no, I've seen Wendy Nowski with videos with Richard Oliver recommending that, and you can kind of.
Looks a lot cooler. I used to use them. Inhale the pantyhose one time.
Yep. No, I used to use those filters with the green filter inside of it, but they soaked up too much, and the steel would get too loose, so I didn't like them as much. Okay. So I use stocking now.
Yeah, stocking's nice. You actually can kind of get great accuracy with the stockings. You can kind of layer it up to get exactly what you want. So it's a good way to do it. But it was quick and dirty. Just the Brew Line filter on there.
You can do the same thing with the Brew Line. You can just put the pantyhose around that.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, why not? Yeah, that's true.
So they got 2 colors. One's a high flow and one's lower flow.
Yeah, the green one's a more dense filter, and the black one's a coarse filter.
Right.
Yeah. So, I never had a chance to show anybody, but I did get my motors back from the Ukraine. I got one I have a prop on, and then here's the other. This is one that was repaired. One in my right hand, one that was repaired, and he put a new cover plate, the new anodized cover plate, and he put a new crankshaft and a new conrod in this one.
Did he tell you what the deal was with that?
What?
What about the crankshaft? What was going on with it? Did he think about that?
He didn't tell me why. He just told me what he did. The conrod, the crankshaft, and the anodized back plate. And this is one. This is the new motor. This is the new design. And the crankcase is a little bit different. I can see it looks different. The fins, and I can see the threads, the casing. I can see the casing of the threads, where the threads go in. Where this one, I can't see where the threads are in the crankcase on the side.
They're more flush. Yeah, you got a space in between that one.
Yeah, so I'm probably gonna put one of these two, Stephen, in that Strega you're gonna give me with a tuned pipe. I got a pipe from Casminato. And those are beautiful, by the way. I don't know if you've seen them. Have you seen those before?
That's what I'm using, the Cosmonaut pipe.
Yeah, I think Sparky showed us one on here one night.
I have that Cosmonaut pipe. I like that one. Actually, that's the latest pipe I found so far. And it works really well.
I mean, I have an old Bill Woolridge pipe, and I have that Cosmonaut pipe. I haven't weighed them, but just how beautiful that pipe looks.
The Cosmonaut pipe is lighter.
I bet it is.
When he designs that Cosmonaut pipe is lighter. That's what I found out. I got a Randy pipe, and I got Randy's pipe, and then I got the Cosmonaut pipe, and I like the Cosmonaut pipe a lot better.
Yeah, so I'm all set. I actually haven't had time, and I don't want to. I have the an impact that I can put the engine, the stalker, the K77 in with the pipe. But I don't want to get distracted. Only 2 weeks out from the contest, and I'll start flying another plane, and I don't want to do that. So
time to get used to the same equipment now.
The Palmer, right? You're gonna fly that Olympic at the Palmer event, right?
Right. I'm gonna fly that both in Classic and in Pampa.
Right. Okay.
So both days get probably 4 judges looking at me, so I can kind of see what's going on.
So what airplane you got for that K77?
I have an impact that Dave Sabon built.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And then the Ruben McBride's Strega. I'm gonna put a pipe in it as well.
That Strega that we're giving you, that's not an ARF. That's a built-up.
Oh, really? Oh, even better.
That's a kit. That's a kit. That's a built-up.
Oh man, that's
so that's all painted, or did he monocoat?
Yeah. Body painted. The wing and stab are ultra coat.
Oh, okay.
No, sorry. The wing is ultra coat. The rest of it's painted. Because the wing was ultra coat. The whole rest of the plane was painted.
That'll be a helpful plane for you, Charles.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I like Stregas.
Like them, man.
They're not highly coveted, but
you'll see the difference with that. I mean, you'll see some of the difference with that. You have an ARF right now. This one here was a built-up. This one was built right from the kit.
I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. I
went up directly from Wendy. Went to his house and picked him up.
Dick will get a kick out of this. So it's not airplane stuff, but so Samantha had 3 wisdom teeth taken out today.
Oh, this had been fun.
So we put her out. So an hour and 5 minutes later, they called me back to the recovery room. And she's sitting in there, and she got tears coming down her face, and she's sobbing. And I'm like, what's wrong? I said, are you in a lot of pain? She goes, no, I can't feel my lip or my chin. So she's crying about that. And then She starts crying again, and I'm like, "Are you in pain?" She says, "No, it's my lip. I can bite it off. I wouldn't even know." And I said, "Well, that's why they got so much gauze in your mouth, so you can't bite off your lip." She goes, "Oh, okay." She was so out of it. I was laughing my ass off.
I feel bad for her, man, because I had all four of mine were impacted. They had to cut them and break them out. And what did my parents do? They scheduled it for the day after Christmas, senior year of high school, day after Christmas, so that I wouldn't miss any school. And I was miserable for that week between Christmas and New Year's.
Oh crap! That's
my guy had that line run impacted, and I haven't pulled it out. Well, they pushed like hell when they pull up things out. I did them. I wasn't out when they did it. They just numb the hell out of you.
Yeah, when
pushed
everything
like hell, busting things out of there.
When everything wears off, so sore, man. I had stitches, you know, because they had to cut them and break them, and just a mouthful of blood clumps for like 5 or 6 days. It was terrible, man.
We gotta find out tomorrow. I should have called later on today, but one of her wisdom teeth had 5 roots instead of 4, and they thought maybe a tip of one was still down in there. So I don't know if it's
it'll work its way out. I had one too. I had actually what they call a bone spicule, a piece that they missed, a pretty good sized piece, and about a year later, it worked its way into my gum, and I feel this little poke back there. And it was a piece of tooth that eventually, you know, my body just pushed it out.
okay.
So if they left anything in there, it'll make its way out at some point.
I still have 3 of my 4 wisdom teeth, but one of them got a bad cavity and they pulled it years ago. But they didn't ever cause me any trouble, so I still got 3.
They're growing in sideways, and they push on everything else. So
yeah,
get them out of there. You're lucky, man, because it was
fun. They were pushing it down. They just went in there and jammed so hard and yanked, pulled, and you ripped your whole mouth apart when they finally yanked them out of there.
I gotta step away a second. I'll be right back.
All right.
So, Dick, I emailed Mike Hazel just now, and I'm asking him if he's still got those clamshells. If he's got them and we can get them for a good price, maybe we can work out some kind of deal.
Yeah, we
get the work done and split the pipes or something like that. If you're
no problem.
Yeah, if you get them, they need to be welded together. I can get them all welded. And we might be able to figure out a ring, just a solid ring, out of stainless to put in.
Stainless tubing.
Yeah, read that.
The biggest thing is that you can't change the dimensions of the combustion chamber. It can't be any shorter or any longer than what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's not a problem. We just make both the same and then weld it.
Yeah, because I got the HK tube, so ain't no problem matching it.
Yeah, so that won't be a problem getting everything welded up. Yeah, so she's got one left, but that one isn't bothering her or whatever. So this, because of surgery, insurance, and everything. But to pull that other tooth, they want to know if they wanted to do all 4. They wanted $500 more to do another tooth.
Oh.
Should have done it.
Yeah, we'll wait for it to pop out, and then to pull it is only like $125.
Yeah, but you have to go through all that pain again, man. Just do it once and get it over. Well, it's too late now, but.
Yeah. Told her, I said, pulling it. I had one pulled here about 4 or 5 years ago. It wasn't all that bad. They just broke it into 4 pieces and popped it out. And the worst part's getting numbed up. Have you flown that Buccaneer yet, Dick, or did you just stick that together?
I flew it, yeah, last year. I don't know, 4 or 5 flights. It's not a bad flying airplane, but you know, I don't think that Tiger 51's got enough balls.
Is that a newer 51 or an older 51?
It's the older one. It's a Dixon built motor.
Oh, is that the square head or the round head? 51.
Square head, if I remember.
I think the old ones are round. The V.
Square head.
Square head. The one from Italy.
Pardon?
The one from Italy, right?
Yeah.
Not the Chinese 51. The Chinese 51 don't have no balls.
Tell you what, Dick, that would be a great airplane for a Stalker 51 side exhaust.
Yeah.
And what's that Buccaneer weigh?
I never weighed it. Come think about it.
Excuse me.
Because that Tiger 51's got a hell of a lot of power. They got more power, I think, than the Tiger 60s do.
Because Dixon said put a 12.5 prop on it, and that's what it's got. So,
right. You want to know something? You want to know the mix to that one there? Get a Bali 12.5, 5.5, and watch that thing dial in and have power like there's nobody's business.
Yeah.
How nice that thing runs that way.
Because they
Yeah,
ain't
like,
I
what kind of prop you have on it?
really didn't play with it much last year because my knees got kind of bad towards the end of the year.
What kind of prop you have on it?
It's an Aeroflight, Aerostar. It's a Hobby King prop. It's 12.5 cherry wood laminated.
Prop. You want to use a wood prop, go with door prop. They're lighter and they're lower better. You still want to use a wood prop. But if you really want that thing to really perform for you, put the Bali 12.5, 5.5 on it. And if you had Dixon do it, you may want to take out a head shim. You'll get more power out of it.
These are Aerostar props from Hobby King, and they're laminated cherry wood. They're like $6.
They're nice. They really are. They work nice.
They look like a Master Air Screw, similar.
Huh. Yeah, I've seen them. I never bought one on that website. They look nice. I like the red tips.
Hobby King has got a lot of wood props. You need to go look. They make 4 different versions of a 12.6 wood prop. They make an ultralight wood.
Is it beech wood?
This is cherry wood.
No, I mean the ultralight. Is that a beech wood prop?
They're beech, and they also have solid cherry wood, a wider blade. All the props are in my vans. Otherwise, I show you all the different styles. I'll dig them out and show them to you Friday.
I believe the ultralight
prop
for electric.
No, Dick, you got to go to your van. These guys shame me to go to my car to get a.
This is a 12.6 electric wood prop.
Okay.
They got. It's amazing how many props they got.
Yeah, I've browsed the website. I just haven't pulled the trigger. I mean, I have so many props. It's not even funny.
Yeah, me too.
One of my buddies was out at the field the other day with a scimitar-shaped prop on his time machine. I've never seen anybody fly a control line with a scimitar.
I run them on all my combat stuff, Rusty.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
The Master Air Screw. Yeah, scimitar.
I don't know what Mike. This was Mike Lindler. I don't know what brand it was. That's a Turnigy there, isn't it? Yeah, that's a nice prop.
14.5 3-blade.
That's nice.
$7.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Now, I don't know if them are electric. It doesn't say electric on them.
I don't know.
what I found out about them is I run it on a Rojet 76. You cannot start that motor flipping it, or you will break that prop. It will split it.
Hmm.
So I opened it with a starter, and I never had a problem with it. But the 76 will kick back on your hand, and it'll take and round that blade and pop a crack in it.
Okay.
Yeah, with my APC, sometimes I backflip them with my chicken stick and just haul off and clobber them. But everybody cringes when I do that.
Strega with a 72 4-stroke in it. That's the prop I want to put on it.
Did you have a Strega, Dick?
Yeah, I got Strega. Yeah.
Okay.
Got a FA 72 4-stroker in it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's too bad you can't take your camera off and walk into your plane room.
Oh, yeah, that'll scare them.
Mike was showing everybody's hanging on the wall and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I've seen a house like that that's got hundreds of planes in there.
Last time I counted, there was 58. That's not counting the combat planes, the wings.
They all got engines on them, and they're all flyable. They have been flown, and I don't know. Do you have any that haven't been flown yet?
Yeah, there's still 2 back there, never been flown. They're about 3 years old now.
Are they super spiders or?
Yep.
Find another kid and give one to.
Yeah, I figure I'd take a couple more of the gnats. There's another one of the Showtime planes. It's orange and burgundy.
Oh, okay.
Real pretty one.
It has flaps, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Super Spider with flaps. Yeah.
There's 2 of the little spiders back there. One's got a GS 2028 on it, and the other one's got a Thunder Tiger 25. They're both sweet flying airplanes.
Oh yeah, that's I got the one that black yellow wing one you made of just the regular spider, and I think that's got one of them 28. Oh shit, Thunder Tigers.
Thunder Tiger. They're good run on motor.
Yeah.
Jamie Holford's over on YouTube watching us.
Oh, that's cool. Why isn't he in? He usually gets in.
I don't know, Jamie. How come you ain't in? $12:03. We're probably going to wrap it a little earlier than usual tonight.
Yeah.
You know, Charles, you heard my Tiger 51 that I run.
Say again, Stephen?
You heard my Tiger 51 that I run.
Which plane would I have seen it in?
And you seen it in that prototype jet that I fly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was a good running plane.
That runs real rich on the floor. And it's got a lot of walls when you pull it in, too.
Yeah. Yeah, I filmed your flight to get my camera set up for my flight, and I didn't get my flight didn't come through. I don't know what happened. I forgot to turn on the camera or what, but I do have a little bit of your flight.
Right.
I don't know if you said I can put it on a DVD, but it's not much of your flight, but it's a little bit.
Well, the Tiger 51s that I had reworked by Tom Lay.
Right.
So that particular one I used, so I had to rework it with a larger Venturi. So it would run great. It would run in 2.4 that way.
What time you gonna be out to the field tomorrow, Dick?
If it turns out decent, probably 2-3 o'clock somewhere in there.
All right, I'll try to stop. I'm not sure when I'll get out of work, but I'll stop out to the field when I get out.
The weather looks good. I'll be there.
Okay. Yeah, I think Pat, he always goes for dinner on Tuesday night, so.
Yeah, he goes over to that lady's house or whatever it is. I can't remember her name.
So. I don't know if Samantha will feel like flying tomorrow or not. We'll see how. At least she wasn't so loopy when she went to bed a couple hours ago.
Yeah, I want to get some more flights on that big yellow plane, that yellow and black one. That it needs about another 10 or 15 just get the motor broke in.
Yeah.
So what's it going to take to get a camera into your plane room on Friday night?
Which there's 2 rooms, they're both full. I live in a mobile home.
Oh, you film
2 bedrooms are full of airplanes.
kids' room now too?
Yeah, it's full.
Oh my God! See, I haven't seen that. I just seen them all.
There's in there, and the Katana and the Strega and all that big monsters are in there, plus a couple of electric planes. And
You can sign in with your cell phone and carry it around in there.
yeah,
Doesn't your laptop have a camera?
you use the laptop. Yeah,
Yeah, carry it in there.
you're on the couch.
Show everybody.
I was over at Walmart. They had this camera in the clearance part, and it's, I don't know, it's a Logitech. There's no brand, no size or number on it. Just 1080.
Mine's a Logitech C270, and I love it. It's got the mic and camera built in.
They had it on the clearance table for $12. Oh, there ain't no number or nothing on the box.
That's probably what you need. Hold it. Let me click on that while you're holding it up. Okay, hold it up now. It doesn't, does it?
No, there's no number or nothing on it.
That's the
That'll
way.
work.
That's the camera I'm using.
1080p, 30 feet per second. You know, HD.
Is it a built-in microphone?
It's called there.
Yeah, mic's built in, everything.
Yeah.
It's a
Use that.
It's a Logitech
camera.
right?
Yeah. That's the same one Dick, I got on my other computer in the other row.
Yeah.
That's the one I use every week.
It was $12.
Logic camera.
Yeah, they were closing that out at Best Buy, and I got mine for $12.
Yeah. This was at Wally World.
Yeah, it just has a little pinch thing you can stick on your screen, and
yeah.
Yeah, same one I got too.
I hang it on the blinds and have it face right at you.
Yeah, Friday I'll fire up the laptop and that I can carry around and see what's in the back 2 rooms.
That'd be good.
Oh, there's 4 airplanes in the van. I carry them around most of the time. Once I load my van up for the summer, it stays loaded all summer.
Yep.
Some people ride around with fishing rods on the gun rack in their back window, and some people ride around with control line airplanes in the back.
Mine's got 5 gallons of fuel, flying lines, props, and airplanes.
Usually a little generator.
Yeah, the generator for taking warps out of wings. And
yeah, we have a guy who flies with us who has a generator for the same purpose, to take out warps.
yeah, just when I'm trimming a new one, I always take the generator with me.
Yeah, but his generator only can operate a like an iron. It can't operate a heat gun. It's
Yeah,
an old,
it's Harbor Freight, you know.
okay, his is an old Honda one.
The Harbor Freight 1 horsepower or whatever it is.
Yeah, I bought it years ago. I think I paid $85 for it. They had them on sale.
That's what I paid. So I paid over here. We had them. It was $79.
Yeah, they work great.
Yeah, the 1 horsepower motor. That's
Yeah.
what I got.
Now, will it run a heat gun?
Yeah, it's 10 amp.
Yeah, exactly. It's 10 amp. It'll run a heat gun, and
yeah.
I run the charger for it, charge the batteries up for the electrics. And
Yep.
all kinds of stuff.
I borrowed Pat's to run my refrigerator when we had the power out. I strung a cord in, plugged the refrigerator in. It'll run my refrigerator and stuff. It's a nice little generator. His is orange. Yours is green, isn't it?
Mine's red. His is probably green. We had a green or red over it. We were selling it. It was the same thing.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Friday we'll get a body cam on Dick, and he can walk into that room. then it's gonna start a damn problem because now Mike's gonna have to get more airplanes.
No, I
And
won't.
don't forget Gerald. He's got plenty of them.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Gerald's got all of them, and it'll be just a big competition.
I forget what my count was when I counted, but it's a bunch.
The worst thing about it is they all got damn motors on them.
Yeah, that's my problem. Most everything I got has a motor on it.
Yep.
And that's not counting the box of motors that it's over there. And then, hey, Dick, I don't think you were on earlier, but look what I'm working on right now. You need any LA 25s?
No, I got 4 for speed limit.
Well, there's 10 getting converted for speed limit right there.
Yeah, there you go.
There's 10. And then 6 on airplanes on the wall.
Yeah.
What? No, I got the FT25 on a speed limit.
That'll work.
Yeah, they run good.
Yeah.
You can usually get them. I see them online all the time. Cheaper than the LA 25s. I don't know why.
Most of the parts interchange.
Yeah. Any of those 25s, man. The Thunder Tiger 25, the Magnum 25, LA, FP, they're all good speed limit motors.
Because I dinged up a LA 46 here last summer and at Kalamazoo on the pavement, and it come off the airplane in 4 pieces.
Ooh.
Trying to find a case. I finally, RC Japan finally found a case. But they're out of most everything.
They are.
No stock, no needle valves. Everything's gone.
Yeah.
I think you and I bought most of it.
Yeah, you told me I bought a case and a bunch of needle valves and all that kind of stuff. And then I told Mike, and Mike bought a bunch of them. Or you told
Dick told me. Dick was the one who told me about RC Japan. And I got on there, man. I bought
damn prices so cheap.
Venturi. I bought everything I could. But I was lucky enough to got 246 cases last year because I got a couple of Brian Gardner sets. I actually showed those earlier.
Yeah.
And it was about a year ago. I got 2 of the 46 cases and all the internals, besides the piston liner and the head.
But the prices are so cheap.
Yeah. Half of what
I took a 40 that was whacked and fins knocked off and stuff like that. And I just bought a case and a piston and liner and then took the crank out of the 40 and all that. But now I got a 46. Brand new. But I haven't even been run yet. But yeah, I went on that RC Japan and grabbed that.
Yeah, Mike and I cleaned most of their stuff out. I believe there ain't much left.
Well, I just bought because I was needing some OS needles. I was down to my last one, and RC Japan didn't have them, but Leonard Newman at Stuka Stunt still has them.
Oh, okay.
They're $13.50 a piece, and I just bought 10 of them from him.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the OS needles for the fine thread for bladder feed?
No.
24
Just the regular through Venturi ones?
Yes.
Yeah. Those are my favorite needles. There's nothing wrong with that needle valve assembly.
And you buy them for $7.50.
Yeah.
I
kept them break. Mine kept breaking. I had it on my LA 46, and the resonant frequency, it would just eventually break. The spring would break. And Steve told me to cut them down. I think it was you, Steve, that told me. Steve Hines. I cut them, and then JB Weldon made them shorter, and they would stop breaking.
Yeah.
And there's stock. I kept losing needles. I mean, the
Are you talking about the ones with the spring shaft on it?
Yeah.
Now, I don't know about Enya. He still does have parts, and he wants to make a needle valve. But the Enya needle valve is a direct replacement for the OS.
Yeah, but they're $20, man.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I bet I got one of those needle valves because I got an old unused Enya engine. Well, it's I've never used it. Enya engine with a spring shaft needle valve on it. see if it fits my OS. Most of what I got now has got tiger needles on them, but I do like the OS needles.
Well, they're just nice because you don't have to drill a case. You know, the OS needle.
I got about a dozen left, so I'm hoarding them.
Yeah, I got 10. I'm good.
Al Rohrstraff and Kalamazoo wanted some. I said, no, I don't have none. I got about 3 left. All I got.
You know, the one thing I like about the OS Neo is I can just click it at a time, you know, one click at a time and get it exactly what I want. Where the Tiger, it's kind of hard exactly to see where you're at, you know?
Yeah, Dick, we're going to have to find an airplane, one of your airplanes we can put this on. I picked that up on eBay. It's Inya 45 ball bearing.
Oh, that's a nice motor.
See if it runs kind of like the the other one you were just talking about. That might look like.
I wonder what the bolt pattern is. We can take the Evo off Bumblebee Bee and stick it on there.
Yeah, I just kind of wondered if it runs like the Stalkers.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was the bypass motor and stuff like that. And it's tight. I got to loosen it up, but that's the needle, Venturi, everything. It looks like, unless that's Inya, somebody got one from the other guy there that made the Duron or whatever and put a needle in it. But
yeah, I haven't talked to Ken Enya in about a year and a half. I have to give him a call, see if he's got needle valves. Because you call Enya in Japan, he'll pick up the phone. Enya will pick the phone up and talk to you.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh yeah, he's a nice guy. Because when I ordered all them damn Enya SS15Ss that everybody's pissed off around here about, you know, Ken Enya picks phone up. We need.
I wish he'd make some more of them Venturis that had the swirl in them.
Need some guy with a printer.
That's how he was doing it, and he doesn't have it on there anymore. But he was having someone print them for him.
Yeah.
What kind of Venturi? With what in it?
They got veins inside the Venturi.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. That's right.
They said they really worked good, and that was the thing. Once everybody found out how they worked, they were all gone.
Yeah. But somebody with a 3D printer can print them up.
I was gonna wonder if if he wasn't gonna make them anymore, if he'd send you the damn file and print them.
Right.
We could take them down to Makers and.
Yeah, we can do them down at Maker's place. They got 3D printer there. They got 4 3D printers now, I think.
Yeah, we need to get somebody with some damn files and go down there and cut some kits on their laser.
Yeah, that laser table's I think it's a 3 by 4 foot table, so it'll cut balsa no problem.
Yeah. I don't know. I know Pat can do CAD. I don't know if he can draw any of that stuff, but shit, we can have him cut out flashes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he can do CAD. I don't know if I gave him a AutoCAD years and years ago. I used to do a lot of the outlaw software off the net,
Yeah.
And I gave him AutoCAD. He was using it for a while. He had it on one of the laptops.
All right, so it's like, you get somebody to draw it up and get the file, and then we can burn out slow combat fuselages or anything.
Because that Profili will do the wing templates, and it'll turn them into a DGF file, I think, or something that's what they use for a laser cutter.
Oh, okay.
That Profili program will do that. I've got that program. It's registered, and because that's why I do all the wing grips and shit with.
Oh, okay. We could cut out some kits and, for people getting into flying and want something that flies decent and it's easy to.
Well, dudes, I think I'm gonna go chill out and watch a episode of Street Outlaws or something like that, and maybe I can get an early start in the morning. So
I think you're gonna say you're gonna go watch the Game of Thrones.
Hey,
all right,
Dick.
man.
All right.
Appreciate y'all coming in. Glad you came in with us, Rich.
Yeah.
And we'll see you Friday. If you're gonna do show and tell, that'll be cool too.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. We can do.
All right. Thanks everybody for coming in, and you YouTube guys out there. We appreciate your contributions, and everybody have a great week. Do something fun. Come back and tell us about it Friday. So fair winds, tight lines, and we'll see you later.
See you, Rusty. Hey, Dick.
Yeah.
Good night.
Before you get off here,